Hey, hey, hey! Yes, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back, Limitless fam, to another session here live. Of course, the beginning of our new journey. Okay, the beginning of a beautiful journey, and the beginning of a lot of new life lessons, things that we can do in order to become a better version of ourselves. And most importantly, that starts also in some parts with working on our finances. Okay, and that's our goal and that's our dream. That's what I'm here to do, help you out there, trying to help you a little bit out in the cryptocurrency markets. All right. Looking forward to host you here. Incredible journey. Also, we just started out our new channel here, so I truly appreciate your support. It really, means a lot, the fact that you're already in it from the beginning, from this new channel, supporting us, being here on a day-to-day basis, putting in the input, the chat, being active in the chat, also making sure that you share what you think. And, that's the best way to interact with each other and to just move forward. So thank you very much. Great stuff. Now, of course, we're going to talk about Bitcoin today. A couple of things that I had in mind, a couple of setups that I was thinking about taking. However, we have seen a little bit of a move. I just read it in our Discord community. I'm going to be very honest with you today, okay? I did not prepare. And the reason why is on purpose, all right? I just wanted to literally start from the beginning, okay? Literally start from the get-go, start talking about the way I personally would do my analysis right now. So you do get a real feeling of a real understanding of how I start when I wake up, for example, or when I, look at the charts for the first time of the day. So you can actually get an exact understanding of how I approach the markets, okay? That's, in my opinion, the idea, the vision behind what we were doing here. So we can come to a conclusion after that. All right, looking forward to that. Let's see what we have in the chat. So let's see who is actually here. Martol. I'm still going to call you Martol, my friend. Billy Joe. Abby. Hey, Abby, as always, I really appreciate it. Crypto noob, you too, man. Jackie Rusher, my mother is in the building. Shout out to my mother. Maria, good to see you as well. Welcome to the V3, great to have you here. Gavin, starting shortly, yes. Sorry, we had some technical issues here. Kazwas, Karim, amazing. Thank you very much for being here, Karim. Martini, Ravi, yeah. I see you, Bennett, the man. Coswas, crypto building. Yes, sir. Okay. Incredible, guys. Incredible. Now, as always, let's go quickly a little bit to the wins here and losses. If there are losses also, obviously, we're not only winning. That's not how the game works, but we're winning pretty decent lately. Okay. So I just see Raw. He shorted INJ, Injective. Okay. Beautiful short today. Karim says, for me, this has been a bad week. Today I was able to recover almost everything. I think to close my 2023 like this. And then these days focusing on studying. That's never a bad idea, my friend. Congrats. That's good. A good start. Absolutely. Roker, TP hit. Yeah, Roker absolutely on fire today. I don't know what's going on with you, my friend. You're crushing it. I had a trade on Medic. Okay. Had a nice trade on Medic today as well. Took profits and then unfortunately got stopped out on break even with the remaining of my position here when the market flipped a little bit. Let's see what else we have. Cowboy, beautiful. Okay, incredible. As always, a big shout out to Trader Tim. He's always on the hunt for new signals in the Signal channel. Okay, absolutely crushing it. So if you're interested in joining our Signal channel, you know how to do it. Click on the link in the description right here. Click on, one of the exchanges that you can follow here. The best thing to do right now at the moment is to just go to our Discord. Go to the top of the list here. It says Unlock Crypto VIP. We have now opened also our free crypto chat. Okay, and our crypto setups here that we can share as well to stay in touch. Very important. But most importantly, the instructions are there to get access to the VIP channel where obviously Tim's signals are given, which have been extremely profitable. Okay. There we go. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin. Because we have been moving a little bit, I think. I think we saw a little bit of a move to the downside here. And yes, we did. Okay, what happened? We saw a drop-off practically happening in the last couple of hours. of around, and I need to see now, around 2%, okay? Now that's nothing, all right? That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. Nothing to truly worry about. I mean, as traders, it does not really matter regardless here. But what does matter is that we always have to go to a couple other charts to see how the altcoins are doing and performing. I think that's also important. We just not only focus on Bitcoin, but also if Bitcoin comes down, are altos gonna come down more, or is that not the case? That's what we need to figure out. We're gonna do that in a second here. Let's also quickly, before we continue with Bitcoin right now, you know, we're still in a big era of consolidation. It's just a massive range that we're building, you know, underneath major resistance. That's just simply what it is. And again, it's still right now we're heading, you know, towards New Year already. We're just finished Christmas, so obviously, you know, this choppiness is something that we've all kind of expected for now. But within the choppiness lay still a lot of opportunities. Okay? It just has to be a little bit of a different way of managing your positions, which I'm going to talk about in a second here. Now, the liquidation heat map, also key, super important. I highly recommend to use this. Okay? It's called CoinGlass. If you just simply type in, you know, the liquidation heat map on Google, you will find it right away. Okay, it's super simple. It's one chart. I always look at the 3-day. That's it. So you see it from the last 3 days. What has happened? Where the liquidity is built. I do not really care about the 12-hour. I do not also really care about the 24-hour too much. I want to see at least at the like 3-day where the most liquidity is at. Sometimes the 24-hour is actually quite beneficial as well here, but you know, I tend to look more on this side because I have kind of like a better overview in regards to where most of the heavy, let's say, liquidity is at, and especially talking about the yellow lines that you see here. That's kind of these are like the key levels that I'm always looking at. The moment I see that this is getting created, I'm like, hey, we might have to take or pay a little bit closer attention. And right now, you're starting to see that this is starting to develop below the 41.6K. All right, that last low that we've created. Obviously, that makes a lot of sense as well. Okay, the 44K as well here. You know, still around there, some liquidity. So yeah, we're practically within that range here. So this is practically this one. It's actually the highs of 43.8 and the 41.6. Okay, this is now where the stop losses are at here. So if you can just simply manage this, right? And this is just a simple way of starting out, analyzing the market. You literally open a Bitcoin chart. You go to the liquidation heat map. And then what you do is you go to look for where the most liquidity is built. So for example, it goes from purple to yellow. All right. You see clearly that the yellow line is there. And you see that there is like a heavy green amount of orders, a significant amount of orders also placed are up around the 43.8 and so on, all the way up to the 44, a couple $100 million in liquidations. Same as obviously below as well. Okay. So then I simply do this. All right, I just draw a line from the highs, liquidation to the upside, or liquidity to the upside, and to the lows, liquidity to the downside. Okay, boom. Now I know that that's where the most liquidity is at. So yeah, the question then is, okay, if you are a, let's say a Bitcoin trader or whatever, do you want to go and look for positions here? And I'm not talking about altcoins right now. I'm talking specifically about Bitcoin in the middle. Or is it maybe more relevant or more interesting to start looking for important setups for Bitcoin around the highs or lows? If you think about, you know, that part right here, I think the highest probability setups that you're looking for, you know, are definitely around highs or lows of that level here. So very simple Bitcoin chart, liquidation heat map, liquidity measurements, boom, 2 lines. Then looking to see if you can look for particular moves. You wait for price to come to either the lows or the highs. And the moment it does, boom. That's where you find your best setups, okay? That's the vision, that's the idea that I have always, to be just patient, especially in a big area of consolidation. If you're ranging or you're trending to the upside, there is a clear bias, right? You have a clear structure, either up or down. Based upon that, there is not really, a question of what you're looking for or what you should look for, right? Higher highs, higher lows, looking for higher lows to look for higher highs. Very straightforward. In a range, it's a completely different story. Now, Bitcoin has the tendency to expand heavily and then range for a month or so, okay? And again, this is now where we currently are at. So therefore, there are a lot of different ways of trading it. Now, let's talk about managing your positions as well here, okay? Because trading is one layer, but management and the management of your trading setups in general when being in a range here is a whole other layer here. For example, we have the tendency as humans to enter a position, long or short, and to not close it. And to just hold it as long as possible. And the reason why is because then, we don't really truly realize when trading and when setting these risk to reward setups of a 3-to-1 or whatever, that, maybe 8% or an 8% target is maybe way too far off, right? On the 15 minutes. So I'll show you some examples in a second here. What I think is key to understand here is that taking profits when you know that Bitcoin is in a consolidation range is an absolute necessity, okay? Better taking profits earlier than too late, okay? And waiting for price to pull back and close you out without having taken any profits. I rather have a TP1 and then again, after TP1 get hit on break even, then having no TP1, okay? Which you will see happening a lot here. So if you recognize this, then press a 1 in the chat. I would love to hear this from you. This is my personal experience. I do believe that this is the way you can definitely grow, your portfolio much quicker by taking profits in a range, or especially when Bitcoin is ranging, okay? And I know it's tough when you see Solana coming up 70% and whatever, but again, taking profits is an absolute necessity. In a range, when Bitcoin is trending, no, just do whatever you want to do. Forget about the rest, okay? Ranging, yeah, taking profits is an absolute key necessity. Otherwise, you're just gonna, get into a really bad habit of not taking profits and constantly getting stopped out on break even or in a loss for no reason, okay? So really try to manage the risk accordingly, okay? So for Bitcoin right now, it's very clear to me right now that we're coming down. Okay, there is no question towards that here. We'll always look at the following next chart here. That's the tether dominance. Okay, the tether dominance is key to understand what Bitcoin is doing. If Bitcoin is coming down, we know for certainty in 99% of the cases here that the tether dominance is coming up. Okay, so the question then is, did something happen on this chart here that gave us the indication for the tether dominance to come up? And if that's not the case, the question is then, is there another chart that did that potentially? Okay, so tether dominance is one chart to look at. The other chart is the Bitcoin dominance. Okay, the Bitcoin dominance is just as important as the tether dominance. Okay, what is important to mention here is that what tends to happen a lot is that when the tether dominance comes up and the Bitcoin dominance reaches a significant level of support, that altcoins will suffer significantly. So when Bitcoin drops, let's say, in the last 15 a couple hours here, 2%, you will see altcoins dropping 6%, 5%, 6%, 8%, 10%, you name it. Let's go to the crypto bubbles to have a better understanding of what's currently going on here. There we go. Yeah, you name it, right? So that's kind of what we're currently seeing here. Based upon when Bitcoin is coming down, altcoins will suffer harder. So what happened was, we indeed right now, and I'm seeing it right here clearly, is that if you take the swing low to that swing high point right here, okay, we came back towards the 618 Fibonacci. Okay, I saw it right away. 618 Fibonacci right here, which is automatically also this particular structure. And I do think that if we draw an area of the month here, right there at this particular level for the Bitcoin dominance right now, that, yeah, we have been tapping right into that particular range right here. Okay, so that's kind of what we're kind of seeing. Okay, I don't know why it doesn't show on the lower time frames, but on the daily, it's clearly entered here. This particular zone might be the logarithmic. Is that it? I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I usually look on the daily on the Bitcoin dominance regardless. So that's currently what I'm what I'm seeing, okay? Bitcoin dominance is in support. So, if Bitcoin then drops, that's not good for altcoins. Get out as soon as possible. Okay. Tether dominance then came up. Obviously, what it did was the following, okay? Number one, it created a trend to the downside, okay? Very simple. The moment you saw this getting broken, let's imagine you being in a long position for whatever altcoin, okay? This gets broken. You break to the upside and you break out, okay? This is already a sign for you right now to be very careful, to be aware. Why? You create a W formation and you break out. That's usually a relatively good and strong sign for the Tether dominance. Okay, so that was at Wednesday, the 27th of December, 12. Okay, so if you go to Bitcoin, Wednesday, 27th of December at 12. All right, that's where we were. Let's see. We were still coming up here. So when we came down, eventually right here, okay, we came up, we broke out and we retested that zone. That was the area, that was the moment where you see clearly that if you came back toward that horizontal support, that from that moment right here at the 28th of December at 7 a.m. New York time, okay, EST right here, you can see that that was the moment when we topped out here, okay. So that was by far the moment to close your positions. Why? Because you also saw at the same time that at that moment, roughly the same thing happened with the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance also was at a key level on the higher time frame. So you knew that if the Tether dominance is pushing up here and having a successful retest and it shoots up from there, and Bitcoin is in resistance, okay, and Bitcoin dominance is in support, and you're longing altcoins, that's a key danger zone you need to focus on. So what I want you to do when you're trading the cryptocurrency market, I want you to truly pay attention to the Tether dominance, the Bitcoin dominance, and the Bitcoin chart in order for you to create a sentiment for yourself to trade altcoins, okay? You can have the best possible setups, but anything in crypto can happen, boom, just like that, right? But if you pay attention to these charts, you will most likely 90% of the time see these things coming. Okay, so just take that in consideration. I do think it's going to be extremely useful. Now, another chart you can look at is the total 3 chart against the total 1 chart. Okay. If you want to have more information about this chart, you can ask for me for the custom formula. I shared it in the VIP chat, so you can find it if you scroll back to yesterday. How to get this chart in your trading view. But very important right now, also same thing happening here to just prove my point in regards to the Bitcoin dominance. You could kind of see that this is the inverted scale of the Bitcoin dominance, but this is excluding Ethereum. So it's truly only the rest of the altcoins against Bitcoin without Ethereum, which is kind of a much better, clearer indicator than just only the Bitcoin dominance right now. And at the same time, you see clearly that this chart right here was in resistance and it started to create a lower lows and lower highs here. So you saw already that the Bitcoin, a chart here was kind of dominating, or it could have also been that Ethereum here was, definitely taking over the lead here, and that altcoins were already starting to get a little bit weaker at this particular moment. Okay, so this is where you topped out. This is where you saw these major runs from all these altcoins like Solana, like BNB, you name it. Okay, but this is where you are seeing right now the price pushing further down a little bit here. Okay, so at this particular moment, okay, what we're gonna do for Bitcoin, we're gonna simply wait for price to pull back further or to come back to one of these upsides here. So either we want a price to retrace back towards the 41,600 and see how price reacts around that level, or we want to see price pulling back one more time to the 43,850. This is where the best opportunities are at. Why? Because if price is here, right, and you look at all these other metrics that we just discussed, then you would have probably catch some of these setups like we just talked about. Okay, so for example, if we now go to the charts here and we look, for example, at, let's say, Solana, okay, and we knew that was coming here, then we just simply look at the hourly chart on Solana, for example, or whatever the case may be, And you see here, there we go. This was a strong level of support right here. We had support, and we broke through that support on the 1 hour chart here. On the lower time frame, this was a clear break towards the downside on the 5 minute. And you could see still clearly that that was the moment when we broke that major, consolidation and expansion. And that after that move here, we made that drop of around 6%. All right. So this is how we track, these type of opportunities. And this is how we find out if you should long or if you should short the markets right here. Okay. In order for you to get a better understanding of what I'm talking about here, I also created a course. It's a free course. You can get access to it if you're in our crypto VIP, completely free. It's a 3-hour course. You lead you through everything that I've literally just explained, but a little bit more insight, a little bit more proof of what I'm exactly talking about here. Okay, so that's Bitcoin for now. Now, do we still want to trade altcoins right here? Is that what we're gonna do here? Well, I do think that there is quite a chance here now based upon the Tether dominance and especially what we're seeing here. Okay, that I think that based upon how this moves, that there is still or a little bit more potential chance of upside at this particular moment. I see price pushing us up a little bit further back towards this particular range right here. So as long as we are not there, I think there is still some, potential continuation short opportunities in the market which you can look for. I think that's the current sentiment. I think that's something that we should be looking at. Okay, so in order to get that sorted, let's see if we can actually then look for that particular look for some setups in the market that can give us that opportunity right now. Okay, Bitcoin is still coming down. It's not showing us any signs of current recovery. As you can see on the 5-minute time frame, we are still moving further down here. The only thing that would invalidate looking for shorts is a higher high and a higher low, followed by a higher high on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, then we could say, okay, we might now have to be a little bit more cautious here in order for us to move further. Okay, fantastic. If you're new here, make sure you smash that like button. You hit the notification bell. Again, if you're truly new here, this is a new channel. We have already a big community in Discord on our other YouTube channel, our main channel, my personal main channel right here. But this is now a new channel that we have started just for crypto right here. And we're going to blow the roof of this thing. Okay, let's smash up the like button as soon as possible and subscribe and put on the notification bell. That is good for the algorithm of this channel as well. Okay, fantastic. Now, let's look for some setups here, guys. As always, that was my little 25-minute introduction. Let's go a little bit through the charts right now, and let's see what we have. Okay, because we are in essence we are traders. We want to make some gains, some money. Okay, but at least I hope you have a little bit more clearer understanding of what I mean with bias and how I define a Bitcoin chart in a ranging market. So just to conclude one more time, if Bitcoin is ranging, what are we gonna do? You open the liquidation heat map. This simple website, CoinGlass Pro Futures Liquidation Heat Map. Easy, 3-daily chart. Okay. You look at the yellow lines, you look at where the green lines are. Now you see that they are currently at 43.8 and 41.6. You draw this in your range, these two levels, and you wait for price to get there. That's it for Bitcoin. Anything in between, you can try to figure it out and so on and so on. But the highest probability is truly up there or down there. Okay, that's Bitcoin. Altcoins though have still a little bit more, in my opinion, some more potential. So yeah, let's pay very close attention to what we're currently seeing and where price is at here. So far, we're gonna see where the new levels of resistance is at there. If we can turn support on the lower time frame into resistance, and if that's the case, then that's where we're gonna look for shorts. Okay, so we're not gonna now try to look for instant shorts for further continuation. No, we give price the chance to pull back into certain points of interest for us to move further. Okay, that's what we're gonna do now. In the meantime, guys, if you guys can also help me out here with making sure you put in more things in the chat, that helps by just talking whatever you want to talk about. Okay, but at the same time, if you could provide me some value with asking me for some setups you want me to analyze, then this is the moment to do so. Okay, please do it. Well, I'm gonna take you right now to a couple other charts here, which I found perfectly very, very interesting. One of them is one. Okay, Harmony one is something that I think could be something that we could short significantly over the next coming hours here. Okay, we already looked at it before. We consolidated here, we broke down, we broke this trend, we broke below as well. Very straightforward, by the way. Again, the consolidation, the Bitcoin dominance, and everything aligning here was just already perfect here. So one looks like we have been breaking major support. We have been finally breaking out of a very important range. Okay, and what we're looking for is on the lower time frame to see right now if we can look for a pullback. Okay, and there is nothing more than what I like to trade to. And if somebody knows it already, let me know in the chat here. But there is nothing more than the Lorenzo way of trading. And that is the fixed range volume profile. All right. The fixed range volume profile. And then the, either the point of control, the value area low, or the value area high here. Okay. So again, one more time, let's go back a little bit here. We had this set up ready. That was the initial break. Fantastic. But the idea is as follows. You want to look for this particular area. You want to look at where the support is at and or the value area low is at. Okay, that's an area where a lot of volume is traded in a range. And then we want to wait for a pullback towards that low to look for further continuation to the downside here. If you take this again back towards the 15-minute, okay, then that's something what I'm personally going to look for. I'm going to wait for a pullback of the one or Harmony one right here. Wait for pullback right here, tap into that zone. I'm going to take a short, roughly, most likely at the value area low, which is going to be at like 2.1 cents. Okay, 2.1 cents here for Harmony one. And then I'm going to put my stop loss, of course, above the 22, slightly above this high, above the point of control to just secure myself, which then leads into this position with a target of, and now we need to draw this low to this high, okay, because we are constantly looking at swing points, okay, which is going to be around, and I need to see what it is. I think it's roughly around the 50% and the 618, around the 17 and 18 cents. So these will all be, well, the two key points right here. We're talking about 0.0818 and 0.01725. Okay, these are the two key levels that I'm looking for. So I'm waiting for a pullback and then an area right here. I'm going to add this one right to the list. I'm going to give you a couple of heads ups here, and then I'm going to share them obviously in our Discord channel right here as well in the mentor charts eventually when price is pushing into these levels. Okay, and what then happens after. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to add this one to the list for now, and yeah, let's see what happens with this one. In the meantime, guys, let's see if we have some couple of requests in the chat. Let's do some perpetuals. Ravis is Lina, okay? Let's look at Lina. Let's look at Lina. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, okay? Lina. Lina. Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin. We just talked about Bitcoin. I highly recommend you go a little bit back. We mentioned Bitcoin here, and especially the way I analyze the charts as well for Bitcoin and how you can get the highest probability setups for your trading, especially when trading Bitcoin in a range. When Bitcoin is trending, it's a completely different story. Bitcoin in a range, key things we have to take in consideration. Now, Lina already is looking interesting. This on the higher time frame, of course. Let's go back to the 1 hour right now. We all know what's going on the higher time frame here. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, this is already like the same thing, guys. Okay, look at this. Consolidation. This is where the best opportunities come from. Consolidation. Okay. Expansion, lower low, retracement. Looking at Bitcoin is still, in our favor when price pulls up. Boom, continuation. Highest probability. Targeting for sure the lower signs are revealing too much liquidity regardless to the downside. There's too much liquidity built to the downside here. So that's definitely one layer I'm looking at. We're going to have a lot of volume profiles right now because that usually tends to happen when you consolidate and you expand. The retracement just gives you the best trading opportunities. Short especially. Okay. So yeah, let's add this one at 0.01162. Let's draw the Fibonacci from the last high to low. The 50% is at the 0.01144. Now, yeah, we might be already pushing into that resistance here. There is a chance that you can get rejected there already. So let's say two scenarios, okay? If price pulls up and if Bitcoin is in our favor, right? And whatever the case may be, and we come down, fantastic. We will be shorting Lina right here from the 0.01162 cents. If Lina actually comes back up towards the 50% and it starts to do a little bit something like this, for example, let me zoom in a little quick, a little bit here, okay? Higher low, something like this, okay? Then I want to wait for the exit confirmation. Exit confirmation is going to be on the lower time frame. Boom, 5 minute, 4 minute, 3 minute time frame. Then look for an entry short towards this low here, okay? So it will be a much more waiting for an extra confirmation just because of this range right here. If we pull up a little bit higher, I might just place a limit order if I know at least that there is some potential in the overall market. Okay. So for now, this is the first step to see how we react at the 50%. Okay. Fibonacci from high to low, 50%. Wait for confirmation. Internal lower low, lower high. Boom. Entry. Thank you, man. We're gonna add this one to the list. Let's make it happen here. Crypto whoop. Limitless crypto watch list. Okay, perfect. Bitcoin. Let's quickly look at a low time frame. No, it's not recovering. It's still holding up. You know, the only thing that would invalidate us, like we said, there's a strong higher low, and then a continuation, like a strong W formation. Let's say, without a W formation, still remain bearish on the rest of the market here. Okay. Bennett, my man, thank you very much. Bennett says, I just paid $100 on Bitget account. I'm excited to join the Crypto VIP. Let's go. Yo, what are your thoughts on the Star Atlas and Gary token? Okay. My thoughts on Star Atlas. Amazing long-term project on the Solana chain. Amazing metaverse project built. I was a true fan. I was actually in the ICO period of Star Atlas 2 years ago. I do think that it's a very, very long-term project. That's my personal opinion. We can look at the charts in a second here though to see what's popping in the gaming narrative. But again, once the gaming narrative goes, it goes bananas. That's not the case right now. Okay, we're now in a little bit of a rest phase, waiting for that next impulse for the gaming narrative to take that move, to make that move to the upside again, which happens a lot. Money moves around. And in this case right now, with Christmas, New Year, you know, we're just simply waiting for the next narrative here. Last week it was Solana, fantastic. You know, next week it could be AI, and then the next week it could be gaming, or the week after. So let's see. We're gonna look at the charts of Star Atlas in a second here. Let's go. A couple more perpetuals right now. Let's do Chainlink. Let's do Chainlink. Let's make that happen here. Duncan says, anyone here enjoying Pulse gas fees? Yeah, Chainlink, let's go. Yeah, okay. So, number one, first thing I see, don't neglect the higher time frame, okay? Don't neglect the higher time frame. Look at this, higher time frame, weekly high, okay? Weekly high, super important, super strong rejection right here, clearly. Okay, if you look on the daily time frame, you see clearly that this is the top of a range, a very important high that created a strong, aggressive impulse to the downside, okay? We're talking about a 70% move. So the fact that it's back at these highs right now is key. Okay, so what's usually going to happen is that when you pull back the first time, you're going to face that resistance. And then when people that only trade on the lower time frame, they ignore the daily and they don't see that. and then they, they long into resistance, right? And all that stuff here. And that's what you don't want to do. So what we're going to wait for right now is we're going to wait for, this is actually fantastic. This is nice. This is fantastic. So number one, we got rejected in weekly resistance. Number two, internally we created a nice area of consolidation. Okay, that caused an expansion. All right, now that retest has already been done. So a pullback towards that retest is, in my opinion, the next logical move to look for further downside. Any pullback here, no aggressive trading, nothing to do in the middle of a range, swing high to swing low, nothing to do here. Wait for a small pullback. That's where it gets interesting. That's where probability is a little bit on the higher side. And then we can start looking for further continuation down, which is still completely normal. Again, yes, we're talking about a 20% move here, but that doesn't mean anything in the crypto space, especially not after you have been coming up this aggressively overall already. We're talking about a 200% move to the upside after we finally broke out of this major accumulation phase right here. Now coming finally back to that bigger range, and most importantly, that last high that created that significant low right here. Okay, very key, very important. Highly weekly resistance here. We're only going to look for shorts for now. No need to stay in. And again, if you go back to the hourly chart right here, you can see clearly that this already is a nice range to look at. And if you get rejected from this range, this is where I'm definitely looking to short Chainlink until I get proven otherwise, obviously. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Amazing. That's the key levels here for Chainlink. So that's going to be particularly a trade setup, at 16,567. Stop loss at 16,947. Targeting the lows. Again, on the lower time frame, you can get a little bit of a tighter, or a higher risk reward setup here. That means that you can actually take profits earlier, and therefore in a consolidating market like Bitcoin is doing right now, getting out of your targets as well earlier as well. So if you target a 3-to-1, that could be a better trade setup. Now on the 15 minutes, same scenario. Okay, you can also wait for price to pull back and to look for a trade right there. Or again, same scenario, higher high, lower low, lower high on the 5 minute, then take your trade on the 5 minute. And now out of a sudden, you have your extra confirmation. And that means from there, you have your trade set up right here. Boom. And that's what we can do to look for further continuation to the downside. And within no time, you are out of your positions. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So if you're new to the channel here, make sure you subscribe. This is a new channel. We have a big community already in our Discord. We just started a second channel. My official channel is Lorenzo CRYPO. You can have a look at it here. This is what we're doing right now. We're going to blow the roof out of crypto. I'm also a big fan of crypto. I started in crypto before I moved to Forex, funny enough. So now I'm back trading my roots, which feels absolutely amazing. I'm absolutely satisfied here. We also have a fantastic crypto VIP group, which you can join for free, where also free signals are given, okay? This is already popping right now as well, including obviously what we're looking for, results. Not, just random stuff here happening, random signals here and there. No, we are talking about official, trackable, traceable results based upon our portfolio and our account growth. Okay, that's in my opinion key to in order for you to trust that segment here. Proof of trade history. Okay, now that's Chainlink. I'm gonna add this one to the list. Very simple. I'm gonna set an alert here on Chainlink, by the way. Okay, so I can update you guys right away. Let's do another chart. Let's go. Let's see what we have. Martina says, hi Lorenzo, can you check Kusama? Yes, I can definitely check KSM here. Let's do that. Okay, let's do that. Let's start at the daily as well here in this case. Wow, crazy expansion here. So yes, you can say, okay, fantastic. Bitcoin is ranging and this is exploding. Okay. Taking profits is never a bad idea because things can move down quickly. Again, what happened? The same thing as with Chainlink. Look at that. The first thing I see on the weekly time frame, which a lot of people ignore right away, is this. And they're trying to buy in weekly resistance. If I'm an investor, I never buy weekly resistance. Why? Because I want to capitalize on my money. So I'm a trader, I'm an investor. I react the exact same thing. If I'm an investor, okay, I'm never gonna invest in a project because I believe in it on the lower time frame because the market cap is small and so on and so on. No, I'm gonna wait for price to pull back up, to test this area and to come into support if I'm an investor, and to look for continuation right away. Why? I want my money to move fast. I want to compound my money quickly. I don't want to be stuck in my positions for no reason. I don't want to have a portfolio that's not growing because I'm buying into weekly resistance here for no reason. It's very easy to track that, to see where the weekly resistance is at. Key levels, key higher lows, higher highs, lower lows and lower highs. Very simple. At this moment, we're in a higher high. And look how we have reacted twice now with the weekly closure of last week and the current weekly candle. Okay? Now the weekly goes to the daily, looking weaker, 30-minute, okay, very simple. We are now starting to slow down, obviously. So we might be able to look at a next layer. I think that we just reached some support here. So I would not look for shorts right now at this particular moment, to be honest, because we're reaching a local support right now, okay? This low, this high, this low could be turning into a push up again. Another test towards the upside for a sell off eventually a little bit further to the downside, coming back towards the $42 right now. This particular moment, clearly you can see that we are not there yet, and that I'm not looking or not be interested in shorting, especially not when we're holding support at this low that created the highest point internally. Okay, fantastic though overall. Congratulations if you invested earlier in Kusama. I think this was a significant move last week of around 90%. If you're an investor, incredible, you doubled your money. That's crazy stuff here. Now it's too late. Now we want to wait for a pullback. Okay, pullback again, $42 is I think where you can go to if you come down here. But for now, you're at local support. So in order to look for short setups, if we trade Kusama, we have to wait for price to pull back up higher for us to move along here. The first thing I can look at right now is this overall bigger range. And then I see the point of control is here, but this is, I think, a little bit too early. We might have the value area high as well. Let's solve the Fibonacci as well here. Yeah. The 618, the value area high and the 618 are aligned perfectly. So that will be at the 50, 50, 58. It's too far away. It's not my favorite setup to look for trades right now. Hope that makes a little bit of sense. From a trading perspective, I'm going to be patient here. From an investment perspective, it's too late to buy. In my opinion, you want to have your money moving fast. Wait for a breakout, retest. You buy it a little bit higher, but at least you're in momentum. Okay? That's what we're looking for. Anything else that we have here? Czar. Zero, big fan of you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. What else do we have here? How about Kaspa? That's a good one. That was a great short we did on Kaspa together. Yeah. Sorry guys, I need to look at Bitget. All right, anyways, there we go. No, it was not, it was Maxi, sorry. Maxi, yeah, okay, fantastic. So, Kaspa, yeah, okay, this is easy, rejection on the 30-minute. We already talked about the higher time frame for Kaspa a lot, extremely bullish. Nothing to say about it. Again, this was also the weekly resistance, the same thing. If you go to spot, you will see it exactly, 100%. So yeah, we pull back lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We're looking at constant lower lows and lower highs. So why not just looking for the continuation of that momentum? It's super straightforward, especially right now. Okay, you're in that channel right here. We're just simply looking for that further continuation back to the downside right here, which I think could bring us further down towards the 98. And at this particular moment, Bitcoin is not showing any signs of recovery whatsoever. That this could be the moment for that continuation as well here, especially when the Bitcoin dominance right now is getting stronger. Okay, therefore, I do think that is an important move here right now. This is some key support. at 0.097 cents. However, that's right below here. That's why we bounced from this level. Now you see clearly that we're pushing up again. This is leading in towards a nice trade setup for us, guys. I can already see that happening once again. Is that, you know, either you're going to get rejected right here at the 10 cents, the 10.575 cents, to be honest. Okay, rejection, and then a turnaround here. That's it. That's one layer. Okay. I think that aligns fantastically with the swing low to swing high point. Another layer then is the 50% and is this area of supply here. And this, of course, this range here. That's the sweet spot right now. Okay. This is just so much resistance right now. I can already tell you that right here. It's going to be something like this. So an entry at 0.1656. Stop loss above, a little bit higher, okay? Stop loss above the point of control, which is the top of that range, the channel, 10963, and then a take profit. Yeah, around the lows, around that wick confirmation, something like that. That would be like the safest bet. A more aggressive bet is if you go for higher risk to reward, is to literally take the same trade and go for a little bit of a higher setup right here, which will turn into a 5-to-1, which I think is also quite reasonable. It's like a 10.8 cent stop loss. That's your stop loss. Your entry will be at 10.575. Definitely something to look at right here. Definitely gonna add this to the list. This is definitely a trade that I think has a lot of potential. Like the ones we shared before, this could be nice. Let's see how this goes. Okay. You can always wait for that first closure, that first candle closure, for you to look further for continuation right here. Okay, that is in my opinion key momentum, key levels here. Okay, let's go. Aston Mill, my man, welcome. Anwar Abo Hadwi. KNK Knight, how about gold? Yeah, I'm gonna look at gold next year. Again, I think gold right now is just chilling. Let's see. Aston Mill says BNB. BNB has been absolutely ripping. Absolutely ripping. BNB has been ripping, and the reason why is because you know, it's kind of following up right now. It's literally following the money, right? It's following the way it usually tends to go. Is okay, Ethereum goes, boom, Solana goes, okay? Then you see Ethereum go. Or Ethereum goes, then you see Solana go. Then Solana starts to cool down, and then BNB takes over the game, okay? Then BNB starts to calm down, and then maybe AVAX is next. So you always want to look at the next layer one to see which one is potentially interesting here. Now BNB finally broke out of its major weekly resistance. Finally, as you can see right here, this was actually a very key level to break for BNB. Took a long time as well. This was a year or two of consolidation. A year and a half actually, or almost 2 years, sorry, of consolidation here. Significant amount of time here. Okay, after that move to the upside here, we finally are breaking out here. However, key resistance is still here. Okay, it's still at the $350. Okay, I think that's our target. That's the target for the people that are going long and that have been executing trades right here. I think what they're going to do is they're going to bring price up towards the $350 right there. Okay, I think that's where you will see that the BNB will start facing the most resistance. That's where, in my opinion, shorting is already also very, very interesting. You see already that we have another level right now at 329, which is also kind of a level also to take very serious, or 330, I could better say, which you should take in consideration. But again, the 350 or 348 is where the key levels of resistance are. Why? Because it's this high, it's this high, it's this low. A lot of things come together. This is where we broke down. We retested it twice and we failed to break above it. So that's the Chinese wall, in this case, of BNB. Okay, the Great Wall of BNB sitting at around 350. Key difference right there. Okay, so on the lower time frame, yes, we are coming down. We have been breaking structure internally, but again, it's not that strong. It's still looking too bullish to me. You can see still clearly that we're looking at a continuation. We're still holding above these highs or these lows. that created these initial highs here and also these lows. So it's not there yet. I think we're going to see more continuation to the upside still for BNB. Why? Well, Bitcoin is irrelevant if BNB is just going absolutely bananas like Solana did and like Ethereum did. Okay, same as Bonk, you name it. Unless you get listed on Binance, of course, then you can forget about it. That's the first, the best possible sell signal for you. When a meme coin gets listed on Binance, you need to get out as soon as possible. Okay. For now, yeah, key levels on a high time frame only. Okay. We're not gonna add this one to the chart here. However, Bonk did Bonk. Let's look at Bunker. Did Bonk found some support? Finally, it did. It did. It did. It's right there right now. We talked about it in the last stream. Bonk right now is back at these levels. Okay, we were waiting for these levels right here for it to get back down here. We had to be patient and we had to wait for a 62% sell off. Okay, so what comes up must come down, and especially in meme coins, it is absolutely ridiculous how big and how how volatile these charts can be here. But yeah, as you can see, we were waiting for price to push back towards the 13. We're now at the 13-ish levels here for Bonk right now. So if you're interested in buying some, then the first key level where you can buy from is right here. Okay, that's just the reality after a 66% sell-off right here after the Binance listing. Okay, whenever Binance lists something meme coin related, it doesn't matter what happens with Pepe, with Shiba, with Dogecoin, with Shiba, with Bonk right now in this case as well. You will see the same exact thing happening, and that is a massive sell-off. And the big players know that, so they immediately sell, of course, before the listing. Okay, or right at the listing in this case right here. You also come back right now to previous higher time frame structure. So just from a technical standpoint, right, we had this structure right here. We had created that high, and we're now creating a pullback towards the lows that created that high. So that full expansion of that last move that we saw to the upside here of around, and I think it was like almost 200% has been fully recovered. Okay, in this case. So this is buying for a discount. Can we come down more? Yes, you could. I have no idea here, but I'm gonna tell you honestly, this could provide you with some serious support as well right here. So what you do is not entering right away. You wait for the 15-minute to create a higher high, which it has done. Okay, I didn't see it yet, but this has been completed. So this was the last low that created this high. Now we're creating a higher high. Now we're looking for a higher low. That's your entry. Enter in that gap. And that could lead into a nice continuation. It could create your W formation back towards the upside after a 70% decline. Yeah. That's crazy. Okay. Louis said, don't you stream real Lorenzo Crowder anymore? Yeah, but we have a holiday season right now. The Forex market is not much. Nothing is really happening unless the markets are back, which is usually around the first to second week of January, where everything is back on track again. Okay, so we're waiting for that to happen. Amara says Matic. Nebosha, my man, says Uni. Okay, Matic, Uni. Bonk, interesting, by the way. Very interesting. What else do we have here? Let's look at, you know what? 56 likes. Let's smash up that like button first, okay? Hit the notification bell, subscribe if you're new. I think that's the best way to get started. And let's do some more analysis here. Okay, let's start with Matic, okay? I had a Matic trade today. Quick long setup. I took some profits, like I said already, right? Taking profits is never a bad idea in a ranging market, especially when Bitcoin is ranging. And I got stopped out on the rest on break even. So at least we took out some money here. With Matic was a nice setup here. Now let's see where we're currently at. And let's zoom out first. One more time. Matic could be next, by the way. It could be next. I can already see it. Where BNB was, you know, it first was Ethereum or Solana, Ethereum, BNB. The question is who or which one is next. Matic could be next. I'm telling you, Matic could be that mover. Look at that break. Look at this high right here. Okay, look at this high right here. Look at this high right here. This is the first time that we actually break out of that major trend right here. Okay, it's a good sign. All right, that consolidation and expansion to the upside beforehand, you know, pushing price up, breaking that resistance is also a good sign. Okay, now what you want to see is obviously a weekly candle closure. That takes you more 3 days and 8 hours in order to do that. If we close in 3 days and 8 hours above that, then the next weekly candle is where the magic happens. And the way to do that is by looking at the weekly and start seeing how the weekly candle opens up. And if you flip that candle bullish, you have your best possible entry because you can take a long position. You put your stop loss underneath that wick and you target obviously the highs here. Now that's on the weekly for investment purposes. But also think about this, like the Solana chart did like a 70% in 1 week, right? So a weekly candle can give you crazy returns if you trade the higher time frame. You can day trade on the higher time frame. I've been doing it for a while now. It's been working fantastically. Now on the lower time frames, okay, we are not in some sort of crazy resistance. We have been rejected right here. Okay, this is a serious level though. Now I'm looking at it, but it's not a key level, like a key point to really take in consideration. Yeah, a pullback back towards this range. This expansion right here is where I want to see Matic going to. I think that this is where you're going to find also strong support. I think you're in the middle of a range. I don't think you should be looking for trades in this range now. I think it's either going to be here or it's going to be there. Okay. And it's going to be then based upon Bitcoin, you know, where Bitcoin is at. That's where I'm going to look for lower low, lower high entry, higher high, higher low entry. At this particular moment, in this range right here in the middle, that's not where I want to enter. Okay, so when I clean everything up for you right now, and you just simply draw, you know, a very clean box. Okay, let's say this is the this is that resistance, all right, and this is that you know, support. Okay, the month right here. Then what people tend to do is they try to trade this range, and they try to trade within that range. The best thing to do is either trade outside of that range or trade right on that range right here and then wait for the right opportunities to occur. Okay, especially if you see some liquidation happening, a little wick, fantastic, you know that stop losses are taken, and if price then creates a higher high, higher low, you have the highest probability because the liquidity has been taken out, the stop losses has been taken out, you reverse price up, you create higher structure, proving that this low is strong enough to create and break structure to the upside, creating a higher high. Then your higher low is your entry. Put your stop loss below to create the highest risk to reward. You then take your setup again back towards the upside here. So you wait for a liquidation event. You don't enter right away. You wait for that to happen. You wait for an internal break of structure, higher high, higher low, and a continuation to the upside. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. From there on, we can start looking for further downsides right now. You know, obviously at this particular moment, Bitcoin is still not looking that fantastic. Okay, we're probably still coming down here. This is not looking that strong. So there is no need to look for longs either. Okay, I rather wait for price to pull back to give me higher probability setups to look for the continuation to the downside. Okay, waves. I need a couple more charts, guys. We need a couple more. We're filling up our list. Okay, we need a couple more charts here. Star Atlas. So yeah, well, I'm bullish, super bullish on Atlas right here. Polis. Is it Polis? It's the government's token. I highly recommend you, if you're an investor, to invest in government's tokens. Government's tokens are usually the ones that are the most underappreciated, and people that with less experience know that they think that just the in-game token is where the magic happens, whereas the DAO is usually the most, you know, powerful, you could say, token out there. At least that's what we are seeing right now happening with Senate, for example, from Cetus or Citus as well. At this particular moment, when going to, let's go, we can do Atlas first if you want. Okay. Yeah, massive expansion, like the whole gaming narrative blew up. Everyone started talking about gaming. Now you don't hear them that much any longer. It's a phase, okay, the next wave will come, but not yet here. I would be careful with longing these type of projects for now. I think there is no really a particular reason for them to long and to look for investments here. You are at a key level though. You are at like the 0.0578, right? This is like a key low created a massive expansion, so you might have a bounce to the upside from here. If that's the case, you might make a 20% gain back towards the highs here. I mean, this is an important low to take in consideration. That low has never been retested, so you have that gap that is now getting filled finally, and now you're coming back to that low that created that massive expansion. So usually that is actually pretty good sign that if you come back once, you usually see at least one bounce or some sort of reaction within Atlas right here. Now let's look at Polis then for you as well, because Polis is the DAO, okay, the government's token of Star Atlas. Key, in my opinion. And that's usually the ones that's even less appreciative, okay? It's coming down. Let's take it to the daily first. Simple. Wait for price to pull back to 36. Right, we broke major resistance, support. We're now below. We wait for price to come back to major support, back at 36 cents. Okay, this could be a nice move to the downside here. Another 20% drop off for Polis. Okay, which is then of course the a particular moment where you can start bouncing, building more of that liquidity, and then whatever, boom, another move. Okay, let's see how that goes here. Lorenzo, time to short BNB. Are we pumping to 400 bucks? So we just talked about BNB. We can go over it one more time here. But again, we are now increasing resistance, okay? Like we said before, there are two levels of resistance right here. We first of all crushed it after that breakout, okay? BNB was next. Ethereum, BNB, Solana have done their job. AVAX, Matic are next, okay? At this particular moment, the highs right now are there, okay? And you have... practically, if you go to the weekly time frame, one more time, okay? What do we see here? Weekly candle below, weekly candle above, weekly body closure below, weekly body closure above. What tends to happen? You tap into that and you immediately see some sort of reaction from it. So again, this could mean that we're slowing down significantly. I do think that this is still the low that you need to break first, okay? And then look for a continuation to the downside. So again, wait for this low to break, then look for further continuation, and then trade from here. Take a short from there, enter right here, something like that based upon the metrics, and then target, of course, the lows. React towards this range, for example. Take it further down, right here, something like that. Wait for the lows to be broken first. Okay. Our revolves is waves. Waves, okay. Talk about Gary. We talked about Gary yesterday. We should talk about it here. Okay. Waves. Where are the trades? Where are the trades? Let's give us some more trade setups here right now. Bullish. 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 Yeah. This is strong, man. Waves is strong. Stronger than most other ones I've seen here. We are facing some resistance right now. On the lower time frame, we're talking about the 15-minute time frame right here. You see that right now we are facing this resistance right here. But if you break above this, then just simply looking for further continuation to the upside. Definitely not interested in shorting waves right here. Waiting for breakout, pullback, continuation. Talking about the $3 and the $3.08. This key level right here, the $3.08. So that's another what? Yeah, that's a nice trade. That could lead into a nice trade for sure. I think now you're in resistance. Now you're gonna flip bearish maybe. If you flip bearish here, then we might be pushing down a little bit further back towards the lows. But again, it's pretty strong. And I don't like to look for shorts when things are looking that consistent. Whenever it's expanding super aggressively like BNB, it's a different story. But when waves is looking at like very clean, you know, higher highs, higher lows, and covering all the gaps, that shows me that there is a lot of consistency, showing me that this might be holding up much stronger than we think. So, nothing interesting for shorts here. Okay. Bitcoin is still looking weak. Again, liquidation heat map tells you a lot. One more time. We use this all the time here to understand where the interesting levels are for Bitcoin. That's when we can get into our Bitcoin trading positions, okay? Only at these type of key levels right here. Anything in the middle is not interesting, right? The 43.8 and then the 41.6. Couple $100 million in liquidations leveraged right there. That's where things get interesting for us. That's also where potentially your best altcoin trade setups will occur as well, right? So that could be interesting. Definitely. Okay, let's do a couple more, guys. How long have we been streaming right now? We have been streaming only 1 hour. Okay, we can do a couple more charts here. Absolutely. 61 likes. I truly appreciate that. If you're new and you haven't liked yet, you would help us out tremendously. We are a new channel, a young, fresh channel. We have a bigger community already. Okay. Well, we're a young channel. So if you're wondering why we have 71 people watching with 400 subscribers, then yeah, then you know why. Okay. TRB and Arbitrum. Yes. Let's do that. TRB. Okay. Weekly. Boom. First of all, weekly time frame. Massive breakout. We talked about it before. Massive breakout. It happened. Okay, we talked about it last week. It broke out, and it broke out with a 44% move, 44% increase right now. Okay. The ultimate confirmation is the following. Like we said, entry is at daily closure above. The next candle that flips bullish is your entry. Stop loss is going below at wick. Very tight, could lead to very high risk reward setup. Super effective. Now, we have been pushing up aggressively here. The next layer on TRB will be, and I need to go to spot real quick to see what's popping. And I think that we're in price discovery. So that means that we have to use another tool, which is this high to this low. Okay. From the last weekly closure towards this low that created that closure, and we're taking the regular standard Fibonacci, and we look at the 1618. Okay, so the 1618 right here, and that shows us a price target of around 260 bucks. And this works. Yes, this works. I've seen it before, especially in price discovery. This is the only thing that people can focus on, because there is nothing more to backtrace. There's no data. You're in price discovery. So people tend to use the Fibonacci for this a lot. And then they all look at the same level, which is then probably going to be around $260 for TRB right here, which is then going to be another move of around 20%. So yeah, for now, that flip was fantastic. Okay, that weekly closure above, then that weekly candle flip, and that target right here will be around the 260 bucks. So you're looking extremely bullish. at this particular moment. So let's highlight that level. We have done this right now. Now let's look at the lower time frames and to see if there are continuation possibilities here. Okay. 5 minutes. We have a nice range. If price pulls back towards the value area high, which is the 205.48, and you create some sort of bullish structure on the lower time frame, then your entry is going to be right there. Boom. Continuing the process, stop loss below the point of control. So that's like a entry around, yeah, not the value area high. You want to wait for a reaction first. You don't want to get in for, you know, aggressively. You want to wait for a higher high, higher low, stop loss below the point of control, which is at the point of control, by the way, is at 202.17. And you target the highs here. Okay. This is the volume profile. I use this a lot. It's super effective. I've been using it for a very long period of time here. Also in Forex, in gold, you name it. Volume is volume. All right. These are like the hidden key levels that we have to look at. Okay. Volume is key, but not particularly always time volume. It's also candlestick volume measurements. All right. So in this case, you see and can manage a whole range. You know exactly where the most volume is traded in a range. That could potentially then turn into a resistance level or a support level that you normally would not see. That's where we get these levels from. Have been super, super effective overall. So a continuation would be nice. I'm going to set an alert here at the value area high of that range at 205.48. Man, there are so many cryptos right now. Interesting. That's why what we just simply do, and what I always do, guys, is just simply that's how I make the most money. Is I just scroll through a couple charts. I create a watch list for myself. I set my alerts. I, look at a couple of particular long case scenarios, and I look at a couple of short scenarios. And then when Bitcoin is at a key level, so for example, Bitcoin, like we said before, is at either, if you zoom out here on the 2 hour, for example, like we said, right? Liquidation heat map, 2 levels. 43.8, a lot of liquidity. 41.6, a lot of liquidity. Okay. 43.8, 41.6. It's this high and it's this low. If price comes down and it bounces up, we're looking for the long setups in a watch list. Okay. If price comes up and we're looking for sells, we're looking for the short setups in a watch list. Hope that makes sense. That's how we usually look at the market. Okay, super, super simple. You combine your watch list. You choose a couple of longs. Choose a couple of short setups. There are always setups out there that are long. And there are always particular setups out there where you can look for shorts. You try to balance it out. You put it in your watch list. You look at Bitcoin. You wait for that key level. That's your confirmation. Okay. Then you look at the rest of the market, like we said before, the Tether dominance, the Bitcoin dominance, everything that we discussed at the beginning of this stream. And then you have your bias, and then you can take action. You know which ones in your watch list to focus on and which ones not. That's it. Structuring. Okay, let's do a couple more. Let's do 3 more. And let's look at Gary, man. Gary. So the Gary token, again, I need to see what Gary crypto, Gary network, indeed. Okay, some social media platform, 100 million plus downloads in the Play Store. I'm personally not invested in this one. I am doing research. I am looking at it right now. I have done some TA already on it. So I know the stats and I know they're doing very well. So it is an interesting project right here. I'm going to do a lot more research to it because I'm getting more and more interested. Okay. In Gary, just so you know. But yeah, from a trading standpoint and so on here, let's do the logarithmic as well. Boom. Yeah, we knew that the bigger the resistance, the most resistance will be at this level, at the 63, 6.3 cents. That's the key level for Gary. because after that, you have literally so much momentum to the upside, potential. It's absolutely crazy. That's where you start to truly break out significantly here. This is where we're talking about like crazy gains, the 100% up to 1,000% gains if not. Okay, weekly resistance 6.3 cents, massive resistance right there. Do take that in consideration. Now, taking this to the daily time frame. Yeah, you can already see that now we have been breaking indeed above the previous daily resistance. So that's good. That's a good sign here. Okay. What's important is that you close above it. Because if you don't close above it, this could lead into a flip and into a turnaround again. Okay. Which will bring you then back towards this area of the month, which is going to be back at around 4 cents. Okay. So you want to make sure that you close above it. Very importantly, you don't get pushed down too much in the next 7 hours, because if you do, you might be pushing back for the further continuation to the upside. Just simply look for higher high, higher low, higher high scenario. This is where you buy, okay, regardless if you want to, and you're invested into a project, you're excited about a project, whatever, that's where you buy. For trading purposes, you want to see a closure above here. That could also lead into that continuation towards the 6.3 cents right here, which is my opinion. Let's see. 25% move still. Not bad, not bad. Okay. However, from here to here is a 55% move. Okay. It's a big difference. So that closure is absolutely key. And watch this AVAX. AVAX. Yes, absolutely. All right, AVAX reached resistance. This low, this low, this low, this high, this high. Weekly resistance. All right. Consolidation. Expansion. It's not looking strong, hey? AVAX looking weaker. AVAX looking weaker than other charts I've seen here. Yeah, first easy level to look at is this high. Okay, that's the 41.6 or 41.7. Let's draw a horizontal level here. Yeah, it's also a key zone, right? It's this high, it's this high, it's this low, it's this high. So what's so good about this one is that if you are a supply and demand trader, okay, then this is a key level. But you also want every supply and demand level that you look for. Just use this simple trick and it will double your conversions, okay? It will double your conversions. Your win rate, okay? Why? Very simple. You see a super clean high that creates the low. Super beautiful area of supply where you can look for short setups right here immediately. Look for further continuation to the downside, okay? But if you then just simply draw a horizontal level at that area of supply and you zoom out a little bit, then look if you can see at least some reference. If you see that there is this indeed reflects also an area of resistance or support, or previous support turning into resistance, then you suddenly have an extra confluence, and that gives me them, a better confirmation. So again, 1 hour, absolutely beautiful. Wait for pullback, entry, aggressive, 41.67, stop loss at 42.36. Yeah, it's not looking strong. Yeah, the target is the daily support. So yeah, again, just a simple trade, up and down. And then it's all about, are you going to create a W formation to come up again? Is that then enough to bring price further up? Or is that then just weak and it's just going to be a breakdown? Whatever the case may be, to look for that further continuation. But at least I do believe that there is still opportunity for one more move back towards the upside to then come down back towards the downside, and to then see if price comes up here or continue its momentum further to the downside. So again, trade entry $41.67 for AVAX short. Stop loss will be at 42.36, and your take profit will be at 39.67. That's it. That's it. That's what we're gonna look for. Let's add this one to the list. That's definitely interesting trade. I would definitely take. Pullback, rejection. From there, either way. I'm gonna set the alert right here, by the way. This is a very important trade. Let's see what else we have here. Bitcoin is looking at a slight recovery. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Oh, let's we want to see a lot of these things pull up. So that's actually a good thing. We came back towards, and I need to see here, 70.5, this range right here. I think this is the value area high of this range. What is this? There we go. Okay, this is the value area high of this range. Okay, the point of control of this range. Give me a long position. Yeah, give me a couple more setups. Then we look at a long position here. We have a couple of ones that are interesting. I think that we had a couple. AVAX is one of them. TRB definitely long. Right here back at 205. For sure, if price pulls back, look for further continuation. Kaspa is no, looking for shorts still. No, still looking for shorts. Lina also. But we don't have any short long confirmations yet on most of the charts I've seen currently. Most of the traded setups will occur when Bitcoin is up in that range or down in that range. In the middle of a range, you have to, you know, build your watch list, build your setups, build your watch list. However, there are definitely some good trades out there here. Let's look at Aave. George, my man, thank you for sharing, bro. Let's use Bitget right here. Okay. Okay, this is potentially this is looking the first thing I see here. This is good. This is good for a short-term long. Aave is indeed Aave is looking nice. Aave is looking nice. Aave is looking good. Aave is looking good. Okay. Low, high, 50%. Break. Came back towards this range. That's one. Now, at this particular moment, internally, it created a break. We have this low, this area of the month right here. We also broke on the 5-minute time frame the high that created the lowest point in the market, or in that particular internal structure right here. So, for example, this high creates this low, right? Internal high, low, higher high. Now looking for higher low, entry. So this is good. This is what you want to see. The 50-minute here gives you that fantastic candle structure, filling up that imbalance, that gap, stop loss below the last low, targeting that gap we have right here. This is that nice gap. Boom, for a value gap right here as well. So this could lead into a 3-to-1. A 3-to-1 for Aave. This is nice. This could be a long setup. Okay, short-term recovery play setup right here. This is actually looking nice. Okay, we have been coming down how far? I think we dropped around 12% aggressively over the last day, right? So that's good. 12% pulling back, short-term bounce of around whatever, around 4% up. Reasonable. Reasonable. Could be a nice trade. Thank you for sharing. This is a good one for lungs and so on. That's one. Really nice. Okay, like I said before, everything will be shared in our crypto VIP. In the meantime, Tim is giving us these signals. I think he gave. Did he give a signal today? I need to see as well here. But again, the signals are there for a reason. Really try to take them. Pay attention to. You will see everything. The moment you hit your stop loss, the moment we win, whatever the case may be, and everything is tracked as well. Okay, the signals are free to join. You need to get into our Discord. You go to the section right here, unlock crypto VIP, and you just need to require and follow the instructions right here. Okay, that's what you need to do. Free to join, but you need to follow some steps here in order to get access to follow his signals, to be with us. Very importantly, the best thing you could do is open an account on Bitget, deposit $100 on that account here. And the reason why is because Tim is giving these signals with very tight stop losses on Bitget. You want to have the exact same levels, okay? Stop loss, entry, take profit 1 and 2. So there are no misconceptions when you're trading on a different exchange for that particular reason. So put some money on it and follow that money to follow his signals and that get into our community. And then follow also the mentor charts, okay? The things that I'm sharing, including updates, video updates before the live streams as well, okay? Very, very important. All right. Now let's continue one more time here with, man, Tron is looking too strong still. Let's see what we have here. Let's do 2 more. Let's go. Two more, fam. 2 more. 70 likes. We broke the record. Congratulations. W in the chat. We broke the record today. Okay. We are breaking the record on the new channel here. 70 likes. Thank you very much. ILV. Okay. Illuvium. That's a good point. That's a good one. That's a good one. This was like, for example, the perfect trade. Like we said, consolidation, expansion, retrace with continuation. Now, maybe internally you can do the same thing. So, fix this earn profile. And we actually already did. We already did. So, we're too late. Okay, this was the value area low. Right here. So, you consolidated. You pulled aggressively down. You pulled back into the value area low. That's your entry. Your short position should have been at 103.91. Your stop loss should have been above the highs. And you target, of course, the lower range right here. Okay, that leads into a 4-to-1. You have already, or you should have already, a 3-to-1 on your money. It was an easy trade. Consolidation, expansion, retracement. This happened a couple hours ago right here. Okay, so yeah, right now the only thing to look at is a continuation, and that is at 101.68. So a move up, rejection, internal structure, breakdown, continuation to the downside. Riskier play. Riskier play. So that's it. I don't see any long setups. I don't see any investment possibilities right now at these highs right here as well. I think that we need to cool down a little bit more for the gaming narrative before we start really pushing it again. And I think that we're not there yet. I truly believe that we have a little bit more room to go down here. And again, this candle is not looking strong either. Look how we're getting pushed down right now. This is not looking good. Sellers are still in control. Okay, so one more expansion, liquidate the sellers, then move down. Could be a good play, but still an aggressive entry. It is an aggressive entry. Okay, where I will put my stop loss? Then I put my stop loss at you know, above, yeah, the high, and you can maybe get a nice 2-to-1 out of it. Something like that. You know, you flip the candle bearish, you liquidate shorts, you then flip it eventually, and you come down towards that lower range, that lower swing point that created a high, a retest of that high, and then from there you can start thinking about a move up or down or whatever the case may be. But now the question is, where are we going to go first, up or down? It seems that there is more downside potential still. Okay, K2 Satoshi, nice name, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Great to have you here, my friend. An absolute pleasure to host you. And look at the amazing setups as well. If you're interested in the ways I approach the market as well, and you're new and you're watching, go back into the beginning. It takes you like 10 minutes max, and I lead you through the whole way of how I approach the markets, how I look at Bitcoin, how I look at altcoins, what are the other key signals I look at to make a decision in the market, up or down, okay? Or at least bullish or bearish. The Tether dominance is doing exactly that right now. It's shooting up. You see that? It's shooting up, all right? Aggressively. Okay, last one, one more, fam. One more. Let's see what we have. We have a whole list. Some bullish, some bearish. We're gonna know exactly what to trade here and how we can manage them later on. That's in our Discord as well as tomorrow. We're gonna be here every single day right now, streaming at the same time. So if you're watching right now and you're new, make sure you tune in tomorrow, same time. This is a little bit of a consolidating market right now with Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin is still in that overall bigger consolidation range, but trust me, once we start trending, man, we're gonna see the craziest setups taken live on stream as well. Okay, now it's all about setting yourself up, being patient, wait for the market to give you the opportunities here. Like we said for Bitcoin, we want to wait for Bitcoin to pull back toward the 51.6 or the 43.8 for the best possible setups for altcoins as well. So make sure you tune in. Therefore, I think the notification bell could be good, or just the same time. Okay, 11 a.m. Or 10 a.m. EST. 10 a.m. EST. All right. Super late, but I'm willing to do this here. Okay, Arbitrum. Let's do Arbitrum one more time here. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Major high rejection, right? So beautiful. Key rejection. Arbitrum made a massive aggressive move to the upside here. We talked about this one already a couple times before over the last week. 40% gain. Yeah, pretty significant overall. However, now you're back at that resistance, and this is the first time that you're actually now getting rejected here. So this is the first time that you tap into that zone. You will usually get a rejection from weekly range. So even if you just, you know, put your sell limits at these weekly levels, man, you might see a rejection most of the time, or at least some sort of bounce from it at the beginning, especially when Bitcoin is in a consolidating range. Now, yeah, this still screams to another breakup in the next candle. So I think that tomorrow's daily candle could still give us a push up, and then we can decide what we're gonna do. Either we're gonna break the lows and we continue down back towards the range here that created that internal expansion, which then brings us back towards the daily level, which will then be around the 1.32. That's where you then go to. But for now, I think that you want to see price pushing up first. As for shorts, I don't think this is interesting right now. Anything up here, super interesting for shorts, okay? Back at weekly resistance, internal structure, internal rejections right here. Super interesting for Arbitrum to look for short setups in the market, and to then look for further continuation down, to then start waiting for a next level consolidation, and then maybe a new expansion to the upside, for example, right here, and then a look for continuation. Boom, another try to the upside here. For now, waiting for push, either shorting from there. This is at the 161. Let's say the 160. Let me put a short position here. So 1.6079 on Bitget. Stop loss 16561. 16561. Targeting the yellow, the purple line, which is that daily level, 14132. Okay, 421 on your money. That's where the magic happens. Okay, you can be wrong 3 times. You win 1, you break even. If you win 2, you make money. Easy. That's what you're looking for with 4-1 setups. Okay. You're allowed to lose sometimes. Okay. Nice. Wait for the break. And then further continuation down. If you already come down, then wait for price to push back to the 1.4132. From there, we can see further in regards to arbitrage. Okay. However, key level was this level on the daily time frame. Okay. Daily high. Why? That was the impulse after that major sell-off. This was the start of that major sell-off back in 2023 April, where we started to get rejected. Boom. Creating that channel until we came out, broke out, created a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, back to the highs. This is where most people that entered here take profits there. Okay. So even the midterm holders are exiting short term right there to come down, to accumulate more, look for further continuation to the upside. So this is where shorters come into play if you are a trader. And it's much more beneficial to look for shorts than look for longs here. Okay, fam. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the support here. As always, it's a pleasure. I'm going to be back tomorrow. One more time, tune in tomorrow. I want you to be here, of course. Have some fun with us on a day-to-day basis. And what's important to mention here is the following. Okay, we're going to be here regardless. We're going to do our analysis here. We're going to take our trades if they occur live here. We're going to make sure that you are updated. We have our analysis right. I have been active in the trading industry for a long period of time here. I started out in crypto 7 years ago. I moved to Forex, learned a bunch of stuff there. Now bringing that knowledge back to the cryptocurrency market to serve you with new, fresh, beautiful, interesting opportunities. Okay, so thank you all for this session. Hope you enjoyed it. If you once again want to join our crypto VIP, it's literally free to join. You have to have an account with us as an affiliate. You need to have $100 on your account. Okay, so go to this section here, go to the crypto VIP. They have a free signal channel from us as well with proven track records and a course that I've built for 3 hours that you can follow, so you know exactly how I'm looking at the market. And of course, all the subjects that we discussed on this stream, you know, any further updates in regards to that will be found there as well. Okay, so keep it up, fam. Keep it up. Who I'm gonna see tomorrow. Hope to see you there. Make sure you smash up the like button one more time. And there is one request I truly want you to do here that will help us grow the channel even further. Place a nice comment under this channel after this video. Like truly, it would help a lot. It's a new channel. I need all your support right now. Okay? Drop a comment, drop some love, share some love, and I'm here every single day for you. We're gonna have some fun together. Thank you very much. Take care. Ciao, ciao. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.